Okay, let's dive right in. We're looking today at 2 Samuel chapter 4.
Right. A really pivotal chapter.
It describes this period, full uncertainty, and there's this, well, shocking act of violence that shifts everything.
Absolutely. The whole political scene is just incredibly fragile. You've got Ishbosheth, Saul's son, technically ruling Israel.
But then Abner, his main guy, gets killed.
Exactly. And the text says Ishbosheth just lost courage. Simple as that. And crucially, all Israel became alarmed. You can almost feel the panic spreading.
Yeah, you really can. And into this fear step these two guys, Bana and Rechab.
Ah, yes, the leaders of raiding bands, as the source calls them.
Leaders of raiding bands. And it adds this detail, they're sons of Rimmon the Beerothite.
Which is interesting, right? Because the text explains that the Beerothites had actually fled their town. They were living as aliens elsewhere.
So these guys are sort of outsiders, maybe
Right.
operating on the fringes.
Could be. It suggests maybe they don't have those traditional loyalties. They see instability, perhaps an opportunity, maybe even desperation.
And the instability is so bad, it even touches people far off. Like Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth.
Right. That brief mention, how he was crippled as a child when the news came about Saul and Jonathan, it shows how deep the chaos went.
Okay, so against this backdrop, Bada and Rechab make their move. On Ishbosheth himself.
Yeah, and it's not like a battle or anything. It's sneaky, calculated. They go to his house right in the middle of the day.
During his noonday rest, it says, when he'd be vulnerable.
Exactly. And the way they get inside, quite clever, really.
They pretend they're there for something ordinary, as if to get some wheat.
Just a believable excuse to get past any guards right into the inner part of the house.
And once they're inside.
It's quick and brutal. Ishbosheth is lying on his bed, in his bedroom.
Yeah.
They stab him in the stomach.
And then they cut off his head, just like that.
Cold, efficient, and assassination.
So then they take the head.
Yeah.
And travel all night. Where are they going?
They head straight for Hebron, to David.
Ah, okay. This is where it gets really interesting. They bring the head to David.
And they're clearly expecting, a reward. Maybe a pat on the back.
They present it like they've done him a huge favor. Vengeance against his enemy, Saul's son.
They even try to spin it religiously, claiming, "This day the Lord has avenged my lord the king against Saul." They think they've removed David's rival.
A political rival, yeah. Surely David would be pleased.
You think.
Yeah.
But his reaction is, well, it's the complete opposite. He's furious.
Immediately furious.
Immediately. He swears an oath and right away brings up something that happened before. Remember the guy in Ziklag?
Oh, the one who brought news of Saul's death, thinking it was good news.
That's the one. David reminds them he had that messenger killed as a punishment. He says, that was the reward I gave him for his news.
Wow, so he's setting a precedent here.
Exactly. He's making it crystal clear. Unauthorized killing, even if it seems to benefit him politically, is absolutely not okay. He calls Bana and Rechab wicked men.
For killing an innocent man in his own house and on his own bed. That's powerful language.
It is. And his question is basically rhetorical. Should I not now demand his blood from your hand? There's only one answer coming.
And the punishment, it's severe.
Incredibly, David gives the order to his men. They kill Bana and Rechab.
And the text doesn't shy away from the details, does it?
Not at all. It says they cut off their hands and feet and hung the bodies by the pool in Hebron. Very public, very harsh.
A stark warning. But then what about Ishbosheth's head, the one they brought?
That's the contrast, isn't it? His head is treated with respect. It's buried properly in Abner's tomb right there in Hebron.
So David punishes the assassins brutally, but honors the victim even though he was a rival.
Precisely. He's drawing a very sharp line between treacherous violence and, well, maybe what he sees as legitimate order.
Okay, so let's just recap this sequence. You have a kingdom on edge.
Then this calculated, brutal murder by these ambitious outsiders.
And then David's completely unexpected, severe judgment against them. Not really for Ishbosheth's sake, maybe, but for the principle.
Yeah, the principle against this kind of unsanctioned political killing. It says a lot about how David is consolidating power. He's establishing his rules.
He punishes the very men who seem to clear his path to the throne.
Sends a powerful message, doesn't it? About the kind of kingdom he intends to build. It's about justice. His justice. Not just opportunism.
So this one event, this assassination and the response, it just dramatically changes the landscape. Clears the way for what comes next.
Instantly. That power vacuum is filled, but definitely not how Bana and Rechab imagined it would be. Think about that swift shift and what it signals about the nature of power and justice in that moment.